Taleen, hi.
Lita, hi.
Finally.
We made it. I made it. Barely, but I made it.
Yeah, but you were also sick.
I was.
How are you feeling now?
I'm better, but I still have this lingering. You'll see with kids, they go to school in something called a petri dish of germs, and they bring it back to the house, and it's like you're never fully yourself or healthy again. But I am much better.
You look incredible.
Thank you.
I gotta say, like, I see you on TV and online, but like you just sitting here, it's like, damn.
Oh God,
it's like next level.
So sweet.
No, I'm serious.
Thank you.
I'm not just saying that. Like, you're literally next level. When you walked up, I was like,
I really appreciate
if any
that.
of you takes pictures with me and her, I will kill you.
No, stop. You look gorgeous. You have the pregnancy glow.
Yes.
Beautiful.
She needs to come out. Anyway, so I wanted to let's go back to LA because we know a few people. We also know a few people here.
Yeah.
I want to start with you deciding to become a singer.
Yeah.
That interests me a lot.
Yeah.
I want to know, how did you get into singing, into your career? Because I know, let me read it. You did a lot of things. Like, you opened up for Christina Aguilera. You performed for the Pope. You performed at the White House. And you signed a publishing deal with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that, by the way, how you know Elijah?
No, I mean, we talk about Jamie because, he's very close with him too, but I met Elijah through Caroline Stanberry.
Oh,
and
okay.
And then it was like the same kind of thing. We knew so many of the same people.
Right.
LA the world is small,
So
but the
small.
industry is even smaller. But honestly, like, to answer your question, music and singing chose me. Like, I was singing before I was even speaking. As early as like 1 year old, my mom remembers me just always singing. And from age 6, when I started vocal lessons, she saw that, okay, she really has a passion for this. Like, I didn't care about anything else. I just wanted to sing. And I had the discipline for doing it,
Wow.
It was the only thing that really interested me. So at age 9, I actually started with opera professionally at the Kennedy Center. And from about age 9 to 12, I was in about 6 operas, one with Placido Domingo. That's why I sang at the White House. So Pope John Paul II, I sang the Ave Maria. So I was like this little opera, little singing sensation at age 9 on local news and stuff. So at like 14, 15, it shifted from, opera, which I was so happy I had that classical foundation, to where my heart always was, which was like that soul, pop, R&B kind of music. And, I made the decision it was either New York or LA. Nothing was happening in, Fairfax, Virginia. And I'm not a New Yorker. As much as I love going there, I love getting the hell out. So I moved to LA at age 17, and I got the publishing deal with Jamie Foxx. And then after that, it was just kind of like, it just opened so many doors and opportunities, and writing. I got to write for American Idol and just meet so many people. And that's kind of the very short version of things. But as you know, the industry is not easy. And the business side of things was what I was allergic to.
What do you mean?
I hated it. I hated the music business. I loved the music part, but it's just so cutthroat. And being young and a woman or a girl, it's surrounded by men, the industry, you see a really ugly side of things.
Right.
And, I wasn't a meal ticket for my family like some people are, right? That they have to do something because to support,
Right.
I was lucky in that.
Right.
And my parents were like, I was going to college as well. They still instilled education, which I'm happy about that. Not that I paid attention in school, but hey, I showed up. Santa Monica College. We spell knowledge with a K, with an N. Oh my God. See, I couldn't even land the joke. We spell knowledge with an N. Edit that. I gotta stop.
I love it.
So, but no, it was just a really like, it was, it gave me the ick. I just didn't like the business side of things. And then once I was signed, it was like, I gave up all control to my music and what I wanted to put out. And I get it, these big, industry people, men in suits, they want you to do a certain thing and sing a certain way. And this is what sells. This is commercial. And it took the joy out of it. It really did.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. So, I lived in LA for 17 years, and I actually got into acting, but literally for like, I don't know, a year, because I am a very straightforward person. Like with me, you can tell right away if I like you or not.
I can see that.
And I was like, everyone's like, you have to play that game. And I was like, first of all, I'm Swiss. Like, we don't do that. And then also it was like
Yeah.
this weird, I had one or two guys, one producer and a director, both actually very famous, kind of hit on me in the most disgusting way. And I was about to look, it takes me 1 second and I'll be all ghetto.
Yeah.
And I was like, I swear,
That's not the Swiss in you.
No, that's not the Swiss. That's probably the Persian in me.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
And from that point on, I was like, you know what? I don't want to have anything to do with this industry.
I get it.
And it sucks, and I see it with a lot of friends, and I still see it now. And one thing, I don't know how you felt about it, but in LA, it's like this bubble. Mm-hmm. It's this LA bubble, and you only see LA. You don't see anything outside.
So true.
And it takes a lot to get out of the LA bubble.
Yeah.
How did you get out of the LA bubble?
I was saved by my husband. No, I'm just kidding. He traded me for a goat. He misses the goat. No. No, so, I'm half joking. My husband and I, he wasn't my husband at the time, my husband now. We met at LAX airport, actually.
Oh, wow.
And yeah. But I picked him up from LAX airport. My family had actually introduced us like via Facebook. This was like 13, 14 years ago. And we started this long distance. He was living in Dubai. I was in LA. Long distance relationship. And, he would try to come out when he could to LA, and I would come to Dubai here and there. And 7 months into the relationship, he proposed to me. And 2 years later, we were married, and I moved to Dubai. So literally love brought me to this region.
Wow.
I don't know if I would have come out here if it hadn't.
That's what I want to talk to you. It's like, this podcast is a lot about, mindset and entrepreneurs and go-getters. And when a lot of people, I feel like, don't realize how, you want to get, yeah, sure.
Hi, good
Hello.
day.
Hi, how
How
are
are
you?
you?
Good, thank
I'm
you.
good, thank you. So I'm Lisa. I'll be your barista for today. May I have your order, or you want something to drink?
I would love an oat milk cappuccino, please.
Oat milk
It's very
cappuccino.
LA of me.
Yes. How about you, ma'am?
I'll do the same. Just make sure it's decaf, please.
Decaf.
For me, it's decaf. I already had 2 cups.
Okay, for you, ma'am.
Give me all the caffeine that's in this coffee shop.
So for today, we tried the M&E. It's very nice with the milk. So
Okay.
we can give it to you.
Sure.
Try.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's with oat milk?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll be back for your coffee.
Thank
you so
Anything
much.
else?
That's it.
I'm good for now. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
So I wanted to say, like, a lot of people, they think that you can just go to Hollywood and it's going to go like this and you made it.
Yeah.
Like, to get also to that level that you were in, with like the publishing and everything that you've done, takes so freaking much,
Yeah.
right?
It's not overnight like
No.
a lot of people think.
No, it's
Yeah.
a lot of work.
Lot.
So didn't you have that mindset that you wanted, like when you got into the music, was for you to become famous like a Christina Aguilera, or what was your angle when you got into the music scene?
I think my biggest goal was, to make it. And I know that means something different for many
Yeah.
people, but for me, it was to be on that level of pop star and, be on tour and that superstardom. And I loved to be in front of the camera, and I've always felt comfortable. I loved to perform.
Right.
I loved also the studio side of things, collaborating with other artists. So yeah, I mean, of course, and I had put out some albums, but nothing ever blew up. But that was obviously for me my intention. I wouldn't have moved to LA without having that clear goal in mind.
And like, would you say you reached your goal or no? In the music
no.
scene.
I'm not Christina Aguilera, am I? I did not. I think it's pretty clear. No, my goals change, right?
Right.
Mind shifts change, energy changes, people change, right?
Evolve, exactly.
Right? And just like I was telling you how I started to see a side of the business that I hated.
Right.
That was, I think, that evolving maturity
Right.
and perspective that I was finally
Right.
seeing. And I went from wanting this pop star fame, cameras, this, that, to actually just being with family and having just a stable, happy life, right? And the goals definitely shifted. And I think obviously meeting my husband, that played a role into it. So I could sit here right now and tell you I've reached my goal for sure. We're always on our journey, right? It's never just done.
Right.
I have other goals, but I don't look back and think to myself, I failed.
Oh, I love that.
I don't. I really don't, because we evolve, right?
Yes.
We change, we
I
pivot.
love that.
And that's okay.
So with you heard that before too, especially back in LA. It's like when people say, well, you sold your soul to make it in the industry. I mean, a lot of people I know say like, yeah, to the devil and whatever, but it's not just that. Like, when I'm sure you've seen all the other side of Hollywood where it's so freaking nasty. I've been around it many times. I've
been to a Diddy party, but no baby oil. There was I never saw any shady shit. Sorry, am I allowed to curse?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So all of that
I
stuff.
took that down off my Instagram. I'm like, this picture didn't age well. Yeah. Really.
So I had to see, sadly, I saw a lot of things that my friends did just to get to where they are now.
Yeah.
And look, if you can sleep at night knowing that, it's up to you.
To
but
each their own, yeah.
When we say like Hollywood has a different side of it, it really does.
It
it's
does.
like so disgusting. And I mean, it has a beautiful side, but it's also, and when you said to me you didn't like the business side of it, I know exactly. I felt like,
Yep.
it's like, I was like, yeah, I know exactly. I can picture it.
Yeah.
So,
and it's been like that for years. Like, I remember when like the hashtag Me Too movement came out, and I was just, and everyone was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm like, this has been going on for hundreds of years.
Right.
Since before even Judy Garland. Like, this is nothing new, you know?
Right.
This is the ugly and dark side of something that is so beautiful and it is glamorous. But just like LA, right? It has that, I know a lot of people that visit LA and they're like, it's not what I thought it would be. I thought the Hollywood sign, the stars, but then there's like a homeless man pissing on the street. It's like that dichotomy of, right? Like literally in Hollywood. So it's so true. And it's like, that's kind of the industry too, right? It's a bit of I don't want to say facade, but I like the word that you used, bubble.
Yes.
And when you poke and you get in, you see a side, and to each their own, right?
The other side that I also didn't like was the whole like, who do you know?
Oh,
And what do you have?
Yeah.
Where do you
What can you do
live?
for
What can you
me?
do for me? I
Yeah.
was just like, at the end of the day, I was like, you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
But I want to get to, okay, you're meeting your husband.
Yes.
And how hard was it, honestly? How hard was it for you, or easy for you to say goodbye to my dreams? And I'm going to go to a new country that I don't know a lot of people.
Yeah.
How hard was that for you? Or was that very,
It was
yeah?
very hard. It was
Why?
very hard. I came to Dubai, and Dubai was very different from what it is today. This was in 2012. I had no family here, no friends. I'm the type of person, I don't like depending on anybody. It was a culture shock. I remember I was trying to host a Thanksgiving dinner, and I went to Carrefour at Mall of Emirates, 6 p.m. on a Thursday. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. It looked like downtown Baghdad. Like, it looked like a bomb had blew up. It was like, and I'm trying to ask a guy who works there, you know,
Right.
where the stuffing is, and he looks at me like I have three heads. Like, I love America. I was born and raised there. So even though, you know, my roots are Armenian and Middle Eastern, it was a culture shock for me.
Right.
It still was. And it's not the Dubai we see today, you know. I mean,
Right.
it wasn't terrible, but
Was
it's
just
a lot more
different.
westernized now, right? But more so it was that isolation, right? It was, you know, my friends, the music business, I mean the recording studios, and everything I knew was in the States. So it took me, I think, about a year and a half, and bless my husband, he was so patient with me, because I would literally just cry to him like, I don't know if I can do this, you know?
Really?
Yeah. And I, you know, I'm sure a lot of people have it worse and this and that, but it's all relative, right?
Exactly.
And once I found my grounding and my footing out here, I think by year 2, I'm like, this is the best decision I ever made. And now I go back there and I'm like, this feels like home, you know? So look, as humans, we adapt, right?
Right.
We're built to adapt.
Right.
And I just needed, I think, that time. And it also helped that my family would also visit. And now my sister lives out here now. And
Oh,
my
that's
friend, yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So this just feels like home. But I came here with the intention of still pursuing music. It was just obviously a lot harder.
Yeah.
You know, you're not in LA, you're not in New York. So
Was it, so when you said goodbye, or you reached a point where you knew, like, you know what? Are you still doing any music or not anymore?
look, I here and there, I mean, I'm still writing. I still get tracks from DJs, and you know,
Okay.
they want me to record hooks, and it's more back to what I loved about it, because I'm doing it
I
on
love
my
that.
terms.
Right.
So now it's passion, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, that's okay too.
Right.
And that's how I started. So I love that.
So when you were there and you said, you know what, I'm going to say goodbye to my career, I mean, you know, your career, and then I'm going to move. Now looking back, how do you feel now? Like, would you say, I wish I was able to still do it? Or are you now, man, I'm so glad I made that decision?
No doubt in my mind, I'm so glad I made that decision. Literally, you know, it's all hindsight, right? It's like, I wish I could tell my younger self, like, relax, it's gonna be okay. Because I had so much anxiety, so much fear, but I think that's a good thing. I
Right.
think when you have those emotions, it's really how you're gonna transition to a different part of your life. Had I stayed there, it would have become, I think, stagnant, or maybe not, maybe something else. But I am so grateful
Right.
that I had the courage and the support to be able to make that move. I don't regret it one bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that, because I know a lot of people and I know a lot of friends are watching, and some of them are still in that LA bubble.
Yeah.
And actually, a lot of them messaged me. They're like, hey, how is Dubai? I'm thinking to move to Dubai.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I said like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, I was like, you know what? I'm going to move to Dubai. Everyone back in LA was like, but you have to wear a hijab
Yeah.
and you can't do this. And they have only camels. I'm
I
like,
know.
what the hell are you guys talking about?
My friends, when I would go back, they'd be like, blink twice if you need help. I'm like,
Right?
it's not like that. Like, relax. I am not a hostage. Like, I want to be here. They didn't realize, we're more forward than any other city in the world.
Yes.
And it's only until you actually come here. I think it's getting better now with social media and people
Yes.
are seeing a different side of it. But when you really come and see it, you're like, oh yeah, okay. We're not in Kansas anymore. Like,
No.
this is nice.
It's so
Yeah.
nice.
And so many people are moving here.
So
Yeah.
many. So a lot of friends are messaging me like, oh, asking all these questions, and I just love what you're just saying and having that conversation, because for them it's like, and I had a conversation with a few of them where they feel like, well, if I leave LA, like my dreams are over. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now with them hearing what you're saying, it's like, you know what? Actually, you're evolving in something else and so much more beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
look at you now. You live in Dubai. You're on the is Dubai.
Real Housewives of Dubai.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
It
you're
kind
a
of came
huge
full
star.
It kind of came full circle,
Exactly.
which is crazy. I know.
And how?
It took me
Because-
having to move LA to make it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Right.
look at you. Like, you are a huge star. People know you, especially when you go back to the US.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a huge star here. I see it more in the States.
Yeah,
for
yet.
sure. Yeah, you're so sweet. Thank
Yet.
you.
But it's beautiful to see that. But why? Because you trusted your instinct, and you got that spot at
Yeah.
the Housewives, and look at you now.
Yeah, I think what's meant for you will come. It
Right.
will always come, and it's weird. It's all that work that I did, leading up to LA and everything. I never looked at it like, what a waste. Like, I didn't make it. But when I think about it, it actually prepared me for the show, for the media, for all of that. And again, it's like, you only realize that it might not make sense during, it might not make sense when you're going through it, but you realize it when you come out of it. It's crazy. Really, it did come full circle, for
Wow.
sure.
Would you say like it's your mindset or who you are, or did you train yourself to look back and not say, I wish I could have done more, or it's a waste or whatever? Because how you talk, it's so healthy and it's so empowering. Like, why do you have that mindset?
That's a good question. I don't know anything else. And not to say, I'm this happy-go-lucky, chirpy, I always wake up positive. It is a choice, I think. I think you have to choose to be happy. If you focus on the things you don't have, you'll never have enough, right? But if you focus on the things you have, you will have a life of abundance. I've always lived by that saying. It's how I've been wired. I think my parents have had a lot to do with it. They've been so supportive. I lived in such a healthy home and such a great family. We were always surrounded by love and food and carbs and all, people being loud and being themselves, and they always supported me in that and giving me a voice. And so it's how I'm wired. I try not to focus on the negative. And what good is that going to do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Do I have bad days? Yeah, of course. We all do. Have I been through some shit? Yeah. Especially after my pregnancy? Yeah. But I love that too. That makes us who we are. And, you can't know happy without knowing sad.
You and I have, a few mutual friends.
Yeah.
Two of them actually, Nina Ubi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I told her, I was like,
I haven't seen her in forever, but she's so sweet. I
love her. I saw her the other day, and I told her that we have, doing the podcast, and she said, she is such a, she's life.
Oh,
like when you meet her, she's life. And it's so funny. Robin said the same thing.
Wow, that's really sweet.
It really, both of them said the same thing. And I was like, oh, wow, I love that. They both said, when you meet her, you're going to fucking love her.
What, were they right?
Yes. You are like
Oh, thank
exceeded,
you.
like
Thank
you have
you
no
so
idea.
much. Thank you.
It's amazing.
Coming from them also, and you, that means
I'm
the
serious.
world.
Like you have that name, you know, where you're life and happy, and it's
Thank
beautiful
you.
to see.
Thank you.
So now we're in Dubai.
Yeah.
I know a little bit of the. I mean, I honestly watched the show because of you and Sarah. And I was like, okay, let me get prepared. Let me watch a show.
It's not the most educational show.
No, but it's entertaining. You know
might
what I
lose
mean?
some brain cells watching it, but hey.
But I have to say, so I started watching it, not the first season, just the second, because I know you were on it. And I was watching it and I was like, you became my favorite. You and Sarah actually became my favorites.
Thank you.
You're like, again, like what everyone is saying, like you're so much life. How did you get to the show? And then how did that show change you and your life?
Yeah. So with how I got the opportunity for the second season, my friend Caroline Brooks,
Right.
she was on season 1, and she actually wanted me to be on season 1. She's like, "You have to do it. You have to do it." And I was really nervous because actually 11 years ago, I shot a pilot with E! Channel called Women of Dubai. A lot of people don't know this. And they came out here from the States. It was me and 5, 6 other girls, some British, Arab. It wasn't housewives, but it was kind of a similar concept. And Dubai did not greenlight it, right?
Wow.
Yeah, the government got in the middle and they were like, no, this is not happening. And that's what I mean, right? Dubai has just changed. It's evolved in so many ways. So the first season was really the first reality show coming out of this region, right? It was before even Dubai Bling. So I was hesitant. You know, my husband's family, they've been in this region for 20 plus years. They work with a lot of the royals, the government, and you know, these shows are built off of drama and scandal and this and that.
Right.
So I was like, I don't want to be, I don't want to be the lab rat. Let's see how it goes, and maybe we'll do second season, inshallah, if it comes. So that's exactly what happened. And season 1 went great. It was well received by the people, most of the people in the UAE and in the States. It's big in the States, right? That brand, the franchise, Real Housewives.
Right.
So I saw that and I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try. And I did an audition, with the producers over Zoom. And
the producer in the
States.
In the States. Thank you so much.
And they were in New York. It's with Truly Original. It was our production company. Thank you. And I love the heart. And I thought this was the bill. I was like, can we wait until do you take Apple Pay? Like, I was like, are you paying for that? I mean, I don't mind going Dutch, but
Please enjoy.
Thank you.
So you actually go through a very lengthy audition process, right?
Right.
And each of the existing housewives, they refer 5 or 6 of their friends, right?
Oh, wow.
And then those people refer their friends. So there were about, I don't know the exact number, but it was a couple hundred of people that they wanted to replace Nina Ali with, right?
I love her, by the way.
I know, she's amazing.
She was, just real quick, like when I moved to Dubai and I had my first launch event, she came. And till this day, she supports me.
That's who she is. Like, she is.
Love her.
There's not one bit of hater or jealousy, or she wants to see people win, you know? And we always say, like, I always say, if season 3 comes back, like, I want you back on, because we never got to be on the same season together. And we became friends after, but she decided to exit. So they were looking for a replacement and a friend of, which means like, kind of like a supporting role, right? So yeah, I found out in January of, I guess it was 2022, that they chose me, and I was like, all right, let's buckle up. Like this is happening. And my biggest fear was I think just putting my kids out on
All
TV,
right.
right? Because they film for like 8 hours in your house and for like 4 or 5 months, and you have literally no say over. And by the way, everything is real. That was my biggest shock. I thought it's going to be scripted.
I was going to
Like,
ask you that.
no, it is what you see is completely real. I'll tell you what is scripted are like the scenarios.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you and I got into an argument. The next day, I probably don't want to have lunch with you, but they're going to force it, right? Because they have to follow the story.
Right.
But the fight, everything is 1000% real, which is tough, right? Because you go through it. It's raw and real, and then you got to watch it back. Anyway, that my biggest fear was, my kids are young. It's not like I can ask them, do they want to do this? But it ended up being totally fine. I mean, the production was unbelievable. My kids loved them. They were so sweet. I loved working with NBC, Bravo, all of them. I mean, it was
amazing.
it was really such a great experience. And I had to show that side of being a mom because it is a part of who I am.
Right.
And so many women related to that. So when I decided to do the show, I told my husband, we're going to go all in. I'm going to do this the right way. I'm going to show every aspect of my life, the good, the bad, the ugly. I don't want to, and I don't want to hide anything because
Yeah.
that to me defeats the purpose
I
of
love
reality TV, right?
Right.
And I'm so glad I did. I really am.
So you decided you're going to do this.
Yeah.
What did your husband say? His family, your family?
Yeah.
Were there anyone against it?
His family was against it. Like his mom, especially when that first episode came out, about my tumble and what happened at the Beyonce concert and flashing. Like, I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
She was just like, what is gonna happen now? And my mom too, but it ended up not being a big deal. So it was, both my mother-in-law and my mom were like, they were scared. But my husband, it's funny. I still give him shit till this day because he was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't think we should do this. I can't do this. By day one of filming, he's like, where's my lighting? Where's my makeup? He was rushing home from Abu Dhabi just to make filming. I'm like, are you the 8th housewife? Like, you like this way more than I even like that. He loved it. He ate it up, even in the States. Like, he loved it. And he has a very big personality.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
Such a showman. So I loved seeing that side of him too,
Right.
and he was very well received by most, and he just to see that was really funny. And I still remind him, I'm like, really, you didn't want to do the show? Like, it was cute.
How did it change your life? Like, how did it change for him? Because I know, like, his family business and
Yeah.
what he does is huge. Like, how did it change for you guys?
Well, it's funny. What we thought would have a negative effect with his business ended up having a positive effect because a
love
lot
that.
of the wives of these husbands that he was working with watched the show. And so they started putting more work on his table. He's in construction. So it actually was great. It opened up a lot of doors for him. And even for me, it was, it has such a strong brand when you say the Real Housewives
Right.
of so-and-so. It's been around for 20 plus years. It's massive in the States. So the biggest thing I would say was it gets you into a door without having to say, yeah, but I've done this and I've done this. Blah, 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 blah. No, I'm on the Real Housewives of
Right.
immediately, okay, you're,
Right.
Taken somewhat seriously. I don't know if I'll
Right.
be back in the White House, but you're, it's true. Like you get that level immediately. So I think in that way, it was really good. Opportunities started opening up. Obviously, my social media started
Yes.
increasing in terms of followers and viewers. So I was able to parlay that with, brand deals and sponsorships and all that. So yeah, I mean, it really changed in a positive way.
Right.
I felt a very positive change from it.
Even with what happened with Caroline,
Yeah, even
even that.
even
Okay.
it's I remember while it was happening, I was just like, oh my God, this is going to be the worst thing ever. And of course you get the Twitter trolls or whatever, X, it's not even Twitter anymore. You people are so mean and you see such hurtful comments. But I'm like, at the end of the day, if these people have nothing better to do with their lives than sit behind their phone or a computer and write hurtful and hateful
Right.
things, I really feel sad for them.
Right.
Because even if I've not liked somebody, I have never taken the time to
To
comment
be
negative,
mean.
to
Yeah.
be mean. Like, why? Like, I don't understand that. So it never affected me. It really didn't. I was worried when they went after my husband, because that I could tell he was sensitive when it came to that, because he had my back.
Right.
And when Caroline Brooks and I had that fallout, and a lot of people were like, he shouldn't have gotten involved. What is he doing?
But then the other side is if he wouldn't get involved, then everyone would say, "What kind of husband do you have?"
Exactly.
You can't win.
You can't win, and
No.
you're not going to please
No.
everyone. And at the end of the day, he did what was right in that moment. It's what he would do with or without the cameras,
Exactly.
and it is what it is.
So I didn't really finish the show yet, but one thing that I saw, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch the show, and then I had no idea what was really happening. And then later on, I was reading a little bit about it. I was like, oh my God, like they were like best friends or really close friends
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, let me take myself out and watch it from the outside. And what I would say is, you know, I feel like I was Caroline Brooks like 15 years ago, where, she's a very loyalist. Like she's
Yeah.
very loyal.
Yeah.
And it's like, and when I looked at her, I was like, oh my God, I remember when I was like that. It was
Yeah.
like, wait, but if you know that all these people are and I'm your best
Right.
friend,
Why are you?
why are you even questioning? Like it shouldn't be
Yeah.
any situation with you and these people.
Totally.
Right? And I see where she's coming from,
Yeah.
because I used to be similar to her.
Yes.
And then I was like, okay, but let's look at Taleen's situation. And for you, it's like, I am already loyal to you. I showed it to you for 10 years, right? You're bringing me into the show with all these people. Let me make my decision. Let me get to know them, or maybe I can be the one who brings us all together. You never
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah.
That's when I was looking at you, that's
Yeah.
what I felt.
Yeah.
And it was like such I think it also has to do with like probably the producers or whatever, I don't know, that maybe made it more dramatic than it should be.
Yeah.
But
No, it was dramatic.
no, it was very dramatic.
It was actually edited down a lot.
Oh,
it was dramatic. I mean, even when me and her had dinner just solo, and I spoke up about, how I felt, like I left that dinner off camera in tears, and it was they had really edited a lot of it. The thing for me, Lita, was it was a lot of trying to produce the show behind the scenes, right? And when we would be done filming, it was like her calling and saying, this person's doing this, that person's doing and I would call and they were like, no, we're not. Like, so I was in this very tough situation where I'm like, what is reality? What is the truth? Who do I trust? What do I do? The show is dramatic enough. We don't need more brewing behind the scenes. That, for me, that was what I was navigating.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, and I would even go to producers and they're like, no, that's not going on. So it was, things were being very distorted. And that's why I had to call it out.
Right. And after, where are you guys now?
So after reunion, which was really, really a tough reunion. We took a break from speaking. I think everybody just needed just to, a come down, like detox. And we have a very mutual friend, a close friend. That's how I know Caroline. He really wanted to bring us together again, and he did. And we spoke, and because it was hard. She said really hurtful things about me and my family on the internet, and me, I can handle it. But when you attack my family, that's where you're not going to see a nice side of me, like especially on a public forum like that. It got really ugly. But I put that aside, and I know I'm not perfect either. I made my mistakes, and we knew it wasn't going to really be the same, but we're like, okay, let's try to move forward. Unfortunately, today we don't speak anymore. I wish her all the best. I think she is an incredible businesswoman, such a strong personality. I wish no ill on her. She's a single mother. I can only imagine how tough that is. We're both from the States. I love that I went through that experience with her, the highs and the lows. I wish her well, but I don't know if I can have someone like that in my life anymore.
Right. Would you go back if there's another? Is there going to be a season 3? I don't know.
Yeah, so we're on pause right now.
Okay.
They're just kind of sorting things out. It's very expensive for them to like film out here and everything. So there probably will, and I will come back, definitely. I loved it. I don't know if the entire cast will be the
Right.
exact same, but it won't be for another year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a long pause for sure.
And how are you with all the other ladies?
So I'm very close to Chanel Ion, which is funny because watching the first season, I thought I would hate her. I'm like,
She has
God,
such
this is
a good
Well,
character.
I thought it was a put on, but no, this woman is born this way.
Yeah,
like
I could
she
see that.
is amazing,
Yeah.
incredible. Just
She
like
has the star element.
oh, beyond.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, she's just I love her. I can't get enough. And
Right.
you want loyalty? She is extremely loyal.
Wow.
She's been like a sister to me. Really, we've gone on trips together. We were in LA together. We were on Jeff Lewis together. She's such a star. I love her. And her husband and my husband have become very close. And Caroline Stanberry and Sergio, they're also good friends of ours. Sarah, I adore her. Sarah Al-Madani, she is one of the sweetest people I've ever met. I know she gets a lot of flack. Job Your Love. I still message her that. I'm like,
I know
Job Your
it's-
Love. Job Your Love. How are you, Job Your Love? She's like, I didn't mean it like that. But she's even something like that, where she was so scrutinized, she rolls with the punches. And that's
Yeah.
what I love about her.
Yeah.
She doesn't take it so seriously. Lisa, I don't speak to really.
Who is
no,
Lisa?
Lisa Milan. She
Oh,
was
yeah.
good
Yeah.
friends with Ion. Again, no bad blood there. We're not very close. And then obviously Brooks,
Okay.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Are you happy you did the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of people, when we talk about reality show, it's always like, it's so stupid. It's like, you make women look stupid. None of you guys live that way. It's all fake and and all that. What would you say to people like that?
I didn't have that experience, and maybe they did. I didn't. What you saw on TV was me, and
Right.
my biggest fear was, well, what if because you're mic'd, they can take a sound, they can edit it, chop it up the way they want to.
Ooh, that's scary.
It is scary. It is. Right? And that's the control that you kind of give up, right? It was the scariest thing in my life that I have ever done. Scarier than even moving out here, right? Because you can go back. Once you
Right.
put your life out on TV, you can't go back.
Nope.
And that is seared in people's minds, right? And it's forever. But it was really I was grateful that it showed me as to who I really am. So that's why I don't
In what way?
regret it. It showed my humor, the fact that I really don't take things too seriously. It showed my character. It
Yeah.
showed the silliness between my husband and I. It showed me being a mother. It showed my entrepreneur side with my fitness. I wish it kind of had showed a little bit more of
Right.
that, but whatever.
But it will next season.
It will.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard. I was a newbie, so
Exactly.
they can't show everything. And
Exactly.
look, maybe next season I won't be so happy with how things turn out,
Right.
right? You just don't know. But with this season, I was happy with what it showed because it was literally who I am. People who meet me, they're like, "Whoa!" They're like, "It's the same person on TV." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's the part of reality TV, right?"
Seeing you now and seeing you on
it's
TV,
the s-
you're the same person.
It's the
to me.
same, and I don't know anything else, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of these people, like a lot of people on
Right.
TV, they'll either want to, censor themselves or show a different side or
Right.
this or that. Like I said before, it's like I was going all in. I was going to put all my cards out, and that's what
Wow.
I did.
Mm. This is so good. First of all, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Thai Cocoa. I don't settle for just any drink. You can ask all of my friends. If it's in my hand, it has to taste good and be good for my body. That's why I go for Thai Cocoa. It's 100% pure coconut water straight from Thailand. Packed with natural electrolytes to keep me hydrated, potassium to support my body, and no added sugar. The bonus? It actually tastes amazing. Light, naturally sweet, and refreshing. Thai Cocoa isn't just a drink. It's my smarter swap for sodas and juices. Now I want to get into something a little bit more serious. Is your pregnancy,
Yeah.
your miscarriages that you had, especially when you openly speak about postpartum depression.
Yeah.
Because as everyone knows, I am pregnant, and it was crazy because to me, and I feel like not a lot of people are talking about it, or maybe it's just
No, they're not.
they're not, right? Because I remember when I found out I'm pregnant. First of all, no one thought that I will be pregnant because I'm like, I don't know, like I don't have that, when I look at you or other women, it's like, oh, they're so meant to be mommies, you know what I mean?
Right. You feel like you didn't have that
No,
maternal.
at all.
Yeah.
And then so I found out that I'm pregnant, and my husband was in LA for business when I found out.
Oh wow.
So I had to wait about 10 days for him to come back.
Oh wow. I wouldn't have been able to wait.
I
If I know
know.
something, I'm like, I'm pregnant.
And Robin said the same thing. He was like, you always, like, you can never just, be quiet. You always call me and tell me everything. But
Good
so
for you. Wow.
yeah, I was like, waited for him. But then it took me, I don't know, I would say 4 or 5 months, and I was in depression.
Yeah.
Like, I had so bad depression. And the thing is, when I was growing up, I also was suffering from depression, but then I did my spiritual journey and I was able to get out of it. And then now it came back, and it feels like everyone asks me, like, so how is it being pregnant? I'm like, you are going through a death. Like,
Yeah.
your old self is dying.
I just got goosebumps. That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you're trying to, you're not alone. Someone is in your body.
Yeah.
You don't know who that is.
Yeah.
But you are still like so.
Yeah. You're
Absolutely.
supposed to love them. You're
Yes.
supposed to and that's the thing. There's all these expectations.
Right.
Right? Like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. It's supposed to be the happiest moment of your life.
I'm telling you, every woman who tells me again that they are the most beautiful and it's so magical,
Liars. No.
I was so close to. I was like, thank God we're in Dubai, because I was like, I don't have
Well,
that. Like,
you'll love my story then because it
Okay.
was anything but. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get into that. So I was like, okay.
And then you feel guilty,
Oh my
right?
God, so
for,
guilty.
And God, I'm not grateful. Like, for, some people, right? And then you go through that, and then you judge yourself.
And then and I talked to her. I'm like, listen, I love you. I'm
Right.
excited for you to come. Don't get me wrong. Like, I really
I don't want
love
you to feel my
Be
depression.
happy.
Yeah.
And then you're in that, and you're like, kind of like bipolar.
Yeah.
So anyway, I couldn't really talk to a lot of people about, what I was going through because I was like, everyone's gonna look at me. It's like, you're so ungrateful. And
Yeah.
it's like, man, like, it's not that. So
I get it.
how was that for you? Like, talk to me about your journey.
Yeah, I first of all, thank you for sharing that, because I feel like the more people speak up about this,
Right.
just the more transparent people can be, because you're not alone. A lot of people feel this way. So don't feel like you're abnormal or anything like that.
Right.
And again, I think it goes back to just those social expectations and all of that. My journey was a very difficult one. I was married for 5 years before we started trying, because we got married young. We wanted to, kind of enjoy the marriage and travel and all that.
Right.
I find out I was pregnant, and we weren't even trying. I'm like, okay, yay, this is happening, And I was getting kind of pressure from his side of the family, like,
Of course,
yalla,
Middle
yalla,
East.
baby, where is the baby,
Of course.
So I get pregnant. I'm like, cool. I locked him in. No. So about 8 weeks into the pregnancy, I miscarry, right? I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. There's no heartbeat. But it was early on, right? But nonetheless, still a loss. And a lot of people don't realize the hormones that, when you said like around 4 or 5 months, you start feeling depression. Well, guess what? You probably are, because your body is estrogen levels, progesterone, all of your levels are out of
Right.
whack. You know what I mean? So it is like scientifically, you're not going to feel the exact same.
Right.
Like I'm still waiting for that oxytocin, like I never got that. Okay. That hit of dopamine, I never got. We got through it. Okay. It's okay. Miscarriages happen. We try again. About 6 months later, I miscarry again. I'm like, what is going on? Right. And at this point now we're like, let's do tests. Like maybe there's like a deficiency, maybe something, this, that. Nothing is wrong, which was even worse, because I was like, God, like I wish it was like a pill I needed to take.
Exactly.
And then, I'd get pregnant. And when you're going through it, it's like, it's so depressing. Like I just, it's so isolating. And all my friends around me were getting pregnant, and you're happy for them, but you're just like,
What's wrong with me?
what's wrong with me? Right. And you have almost this like shame, that we're supposed to have children. Like my body can't even do that. And I've been fit my whole life, and I eat well, and I this and that. And I'm not stressed. I'm not thinking about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it too much. It's like, why is this not working? Whatever. We miscarried. Then we get pregnant again, and I'm like terrified. I'm just like, oh, I see a positive pregnancy test. I'm not even excited. I'm just like, I'm nervous. So, everything's going great. The pregnancy's going well. At this point, we had heard a heartbeat. About a week later, we go back, and another miscarriage, right? So now I'm just like, okay, this is just not in my cards. And my husband just did not leave my side. Like he never was like, this is your fault or this or that. Like some women go through that, and that is just sickening, because I can't even imagine if I didn't have my husband or my family there as support. Right. They never made me feel any less than what I already felt. But of course I was just like, wow, this is just not going to happen. Why is this happening? Like, what is the lesson here? People are having babies, I'm like, crackheads have babies, like in rice fields. Like, what is going on? So I forgot about it. I'm like, you know what? Let's just not stress. It is what it is. We're not going to have a kid. Okay? So we go to Armenia, which is our motherland. It's, where we're originally from, both of us.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
And it was like my second time there. And, we're drinking arak or, this and that, not even thinking about it. 9 months later, I gave birth to, I found out I was pregnant. And 9 months later, I gave birth to Gabriella, our firstborn. And yeah, I was terrified.
Wow.
Terrified when I found out I was pregnant the fourth time, right?
Wow.
It doesn't always come in threes. And, I was like, oh my God, like, what's this pain? I remember I was spotting a little bit. I don't have
The
enough
same.
nausea. Because but then you don't want to stress because your baby's going to feel that, So it just ended up working the way it was supposed to work. But then I go in my 34-week scan, and my doctor looks at me and he goes, and I'll never forget, it was during Ramadan, and he goes, we have an issue. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? He's like,
Oh.
everything's okay, but the umbilical cord is wrapped around her neck 3 times. And usually if it's 1 time, 2 times, we can handle it, but we got to get her out. And I was like, get her out when? And he's like, tonight. And I'm just like, what? Like, I was not prepared one bit. I didn't even have like a hospital suitcase, nothing. My family wasn't even here. My parents were still in the States. We had no choice, right? So I go in for an emergency C-section that evening, and I give birth, and you're supposed to feel this magical happiness and, oh my God, this is what I was meant to live for, and this is my purpose in life, and see heaven in their eyes. And I just see like this crumpled baby with just crap all over their body. My guts are on the side of a table. I'm freezing. I'm bleeding from every hole in my body. I didn't feel any of that. I feel like, okay, it's out. Great. Like, and from that point on, it just went downhill. Like, I didn't so much have depression, because I guess it was a form of depression, really. Depression looks different, right?
Right.
It comes in many different
Yeah.
forms. But it was more this debilitating anxiety. And from very early on in life, as a child, I had really bad anxiety. And everything that I had thought I came out of or tried to suppress came out to surface, right? And I don't know if that's from having a child, and it's not to scare you or anything like that, but it should comfort you that it's okay to not be okay,
Right.
right? It's okay to not, because what did I tell you when we first met? Every case is different.
Right.
With my second daughter, I felt the joy, and I could enjoy it more, and the love and the happiness. And maybe it's because I went through, the first one and all that. But if you don't feel it, that's fine.
Right.
You're starting, you're meeting someone new for the first time, and you're meeting a version of yourself for the first time. That's why I love what you said. It's a death of a part of you.
Right.
But don't look at it as a death. It's evolving.
Right.
Right. I'm still the same person.
Right.
I've just evolved into,
love
and you
that.
have it in you. You
I love
do.
that.
It might not come right away.
Right.
It came maybe after a year for me with my firstborn, where I was like starting to like, I think I love this person, and wow, I kind of like being a mother, and oh, she threw up on me. It's cute. I was starting to feel
love that.
Yeah. And all in due time, right? Just like my firstborn, all in due time. Life, timing, all of
Exactly.
that, it happens at the right time. And don't set these expectations on yourself.
I want to come to, so when like I said, when I was growing up, I was dealing with anxiety, depression, and then also like I said, like I did my spiritual journey with a shaman back in Mexico. My whole life I was always like very spiritual, and then but then I also realized that for me working out is my medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I don't, because I'm so
Yeah.
in here, I work a lot and I
It's an
deal with a
outlet.
lot of people,
Yeah.
you know, like I'm my own beauty brand, I have deals, I have to be here, I have to do this, I have, so I'm always here. And I realized if I don't work out, I get anxiety
Yeah.
and somehow a little bit of depression
Yes.
comes in.
Yes.
But with the pregnancy now, you know, like I can't really work out.
Yeah.
I look at myself, I'm like, I look completely
Yeah.
different. When I show pictures to some of my people, I'm like, remember that how I used to look? I was very pretty. No, I'm kidding.
You still.
But it's like a
No, I
whole
get it.
different human being,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is that a reason why you got into your fitness journey?
That's a big part of it for
Okay.
sure. When I moved though to Dubai, I already had my personal training certificate,
Right.
and I saw a major gap in the industry for females working out,
Right.
and female trainers. It wasn't, again, like it was today. So I started hosting these boot camps, and for females and women only, and I loved training and you become kind of like their therapist, right? They
Right.
pretty much tell you everything, and it's therapeutic for them
Right.
and for yourself. But definitely I get it after my pregnancy, even with the miscarriages, fitness was such a huge part, and still is, of my life. I hear you with what you're saying.
Right.
I think that 1 hour of, call it being selfish, I don't call it being selfish, but call it what you want,
Right.
of working out, you need that. And you're saying you can't work out, you can, by the
Okay.
way. Give me 10 squats right now. No, I'm just imagine if I was that kind of guest. That would suck. Go. No, but like you could you could do light things. You could
Right.
swim. You could really, like, you could find something that would give you that feeling.
Right.
Maybe not that same exact feeling that, I don't know what kind of workouts you used to do, maybe not high intensity, but, for me, I just, even stretching, just going away and just giving my body that, 30 minutes or 1 hour, it would give me that same feeling.
Right. Right. Right.
And then I saw a lot of women were exactly like that. It's like they wanted to lose the baby weight. They wanted to go back to that version of themselves. So I started then training a lot of these postpartum, postnatal women. And it was so fulfilling for me because I had been through that same exact journey, and I could see their depression getting better, their anxiety getting
Yes.
better through fitness. I mean, and scientifically, your
Right.
endorphins, I mean, it helps you obviously on a cellular level, but it's also going back to that person, right? That identity that you have. And when you do that, you are a better mother, you are a better wife, you are a better friend. So I always tell my clients, or I always tell people, you're not selfish for going away and doing your thing for however
love
long you
that.
need it, because you will come back recharged
And
and
better.
you will be better.
So tell me about your next adventure, your fitness app.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
So it's actually it will be an app, but it's a fitness studio.
Oh, ooh.
Yes.
Nice.
It's my sister and I are doing it together, and I love working with her. She is my right hand. She's unbelievable. Where she has her strengths, it's my weakness, and
Right.
vice versa. So we work very well together. And it's the first of its kind. It's a concept that has never been in this region before. So we're really excited about it. I don't want to give too much, but it's going to be for both men and women.
Right.
And we should be opening next year. I would say at the end of next year. Dubai, there's a lot of inshallahs,
Yes.
a lot of inshallah bukras. It takes a lot longer out here. But this has been in the making for 15 years, what we've been working on.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm really, really excited about it. That's what's next in the future of what I'm working on. It's taking up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, of course.
It's so hard.
So what else are you doing now until you?
Yeah, so working on that, which taking up a lot of my time. I have we're part of a beauty company called Citizen Cosmetics.
Right.
We have the most shades of nude than any other
Amazing.
line, because there's so many skin tones, right? So
Right.
we match every skin tone to your exact nude of shade. So it's called Citizen Cosmetics. My husband is one of the heads of a dating app called Spark. So that takes up a lot of our time as well. I'm like, just don't go on the dating app for like research or anything. So we're working on that, and yeah, I mean, is that enough for you? Like, there's no time.
I think
and
you could do a
there's
little bit
No
more.
more hours in the day.
I think
Yeah,
you're not doing enough. I'm sorry.
I swear. I'm like, can I clone myself? Because then somehow I'm being a mom and a wife and.
That's incredible.
It's a lot. It's a lot, but I love it. Yeah.
I just want to say, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You have no idea how, excited I am and was just talking to you. Like,
This was well worth the wait for me. It really was. See, all in due time.
I swear. Not gonna lie, I was about to send you the nastiest text. I was like, I was like, no. I get it. But,
I know.
But like, I swear, I really mean it with all of my heart. Like, you deserve all the love, all the success.
Sweet. Likewise.
You're an incredible person. I can't wait to see you on season 3.
Thank you.
I hope it's going to happen really soon.
Thank you.
If you can tell people like where they can find you and the name.
Yes. So you can find me on, should I look here or yeah. You can find my personal IG. I think I'm most active on Instagram, which is Taleen_Marie_. And then our brand, which is called Elevate. And you'll see everything in the bio. And yeah, I mean, you can see me on Instagram's my major thing. I'm not on Snapchat or anything like that or Facebook. So yeah, you can find me there.
Amazing.
And I try to respond to so many messages. So
by the way, that's incredible.
Yeah, if you message me, I really try to respond 99.9% of the time.
I love that. So, you guys, I want to say, first of all, thank you to Mocha and the whole team for, hosting us today at your amazing coffee shop. And I also want to say thank you to our sponsor, Thai Cocoa. You guys are incredible. They're one of the best ones. Thank you for sponsoring us today and, making this happen. And I want to say again, thank you to Taleen. Beautiful freaking human being.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel like I've known you forever, really. Yeah.
I'll be in your text message. You'll be like, girl, what's happening?
Please do, anytime.
I need that night where you guys were talking about Atlantis and whatever. I was like, I missed that part.
I got you for that. Don't worry, we'll go out. I better be the first you call.
You and Robin.
Yes, done.
So anyway, thank you so much for today.
Lita. Thanks for having me.
Oh, by the way, I just wanted to say, Mocha actually has something for you.
Oh, wow.
Let me put that over here.
It's not the bell, right? No. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I work with them so closely.
Oh my gosh.
And they gave you something
literally
cute.
Right around the corner. This is so cute.
Right?
Wow. And the coffee is really good.
It's so good.
I mean, and I'm like the Russian judge with coffee. Like they really are good. Wow. Oh my God, I love this. Thank you. So cute.
Right? I love them. You guys are so amazing.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mocha. Thank you, Lita. Thank you so
Anytime.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.